Hi, Deb Pervin here, and today's Tuesday Tweak is about cash flow modeling. I am seeing a lot of business owners calling me and telling me they're out of cash. This is a critical problem that a lot of business owners face. The U.S. Bureau of Statistics reported that 20% of new businesses fail in their first 2 years and 45% fail in the first 5 years. So this is serious. Entrepreneurs Organization report that 82% of these failures are due to poor cash flow. Now, that's because business owners don't understand cash flow. Cash flow is different from profits. Profits are what you get when you bill for revenue on your accrual financial statements. When you complete a project, you send out an invoice and you get revenue. But that doesn't mean you get cash. So what's billed is different from what's paid. And cash flow is all about what you get paid. So I'm going to introduce you to a very simple cash flow model that will help you learn how to watch your cash flow. This model we call the BFF, the Bomba Financial Format. And the cash flow system, as I said, is weekly. It's simple. You record when cash is received, you record when cash is going to be paid out, and then you track those invoices. So let me show you. It's a simple Excel spreadsheet. As you can see, it's set up for the first quarter, 13 weeks. And I like to do it quarterly. You may be okay just one quarter, or you may need two. The top is cash coming in, and you can see it's highlighted in green. These are your customers. Now for this client, I'm tracking their top 3 customers because their top 3 customers represent about 40% of their revenue. Their recurring revenue, which is also another revenue stream, represents about 25%. And then everybody else goes into the bucket. Now, on the customer revenue, I want you to record when you receive it. So if you receive a payment for customer 1 on week 2, that goes into this column on that line. Now, given that you've received it, I want you to go back and find out when you sent that invoice. Was it 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago? And if you're on a pay in 30 days, that is 30 days past due. But it's going to help you to know a couple of things. One, what your clients' payment schedules look like. So every business has a system for sending out payables, whether it's weekly, twice a month, every other week. You will learn what this is by tracking when you received the cash and then when the invoice was sent. That's going to help you model forward. Now, if that's being done in 30 days, that's really good to know because they're living within the terms of your contract. So you know if you send out an invoice on January 1st, you're going to be paid on February 1st. Now you can start planning your expenses, when you're going to make some payments, and how you're going to make payments, and when you'll have cash available. So that goes on for all of your clients' recurring revenue. Just plot when you're getting it and then watch and see if that repeats every month as it should. And then all others, how is that falling in, and is that a reliable number? Expenses, the bottom half, that's a little easier because expenses are things you control. And so you can just plot out when you make those payments, and then you can see if there are vendor payments that you need to slide because you're going to be a little cash light on making payroll, then you can do that. This will help you make decisions. And you can see at the bottom, start with the cash you have on hand and add it or subtract it depending on what comes in or goes out each week. This will also help you plan ahead. Borrow on that line of credit. Drag out those vendor payments or make an extra bank payment because you have extra cash. Okay, this is all forward thinking about how to manage that cash flow so you don't get in a cash bind. We teach this in my Bomba community. I teach a boot camp every quarter, and each quarter has a cash flow modeling webinar that's a lot longer than this one. So if you're interested, check us out at the URL below. and I will see you next week.